Today we are going to combine what we have been learning about place value discs to represent numbers and what we learned yesterday about comparing numbers using greater than, less than, and equal to. If we use place value discs to show 74 on our place value chart, it would look like this. What discs did you use from greatest to smallest? Yes, we used 7 tens and 4 ones. I add one disc, so the number becomes 174. We would add 100 disc. Which number is greater? 74, the number we built at first, or 174? Yes, 174 is greater because we can look at the place value with the greatest value, which in a 3-digit number is the hundreds place, and 74 doesn't have anything in the hundreds place. It only has tens and ones. But we can look at 174, which we have just drawn, and it does have 100 in the hundreds place. So we know that 174 is the greater number. Let's change our discs to show 105. Which discs did we use from greatest to smallest? 100, 5 ones. Now let's make the number 135. Which number is less, 105 or 135? Well, when we made 105, did we use any tens in the tens place for that? Right, we had 100, which has a value of 10 tens, but 135 uses 13 tens. Which is greater, 10 tens or 13 tens? That's right, 135 is greater than 105. We could also say 105 is less than 135. If I show 257 on the place value chart, it would look like this. 2 hundreds, 5 tens, 7 ones. Let's change it to show 250. Which number is greater, 257 or 250? Stop and think. Which number is greater? Well, if we look between the two numbers, we can see that they both have 2 hundreds, 5 tens, but the ones digit is where they're different. What is greater, 7 ones or 0 ones? Right, 7 ones. So we know 257 is greater than 250. Let's draw each number using hundreds, tens, and ones. Because I'm drawing on the computer, I am going to use circles without the number written inside of them to represent the place value disc, but in class we will continue using place value discs. So let's draw each number using hundreds, tens, and ones. Count with me. 4 hundreds, 7 tens, 2 ones. 4 hundreds, 7 tens, 2 ones equals 472. Let's try the next one, 274. 2 hundreds, 7 tens, and 4 ones. And our last three-digit number, 724. 7 hundreds, 2 tens, 4 ones. Now I notice that all of our numbers have a 4, a 7, and a 2. But what's really important is to take a look at the greatest value digit that we have. And we know in a three-digit number, the greatest value is in the hundreds place. So we can take a look and we can see in 472, the hundreds place has a 4 in that digit. In the 274, it's 2 hundreds. In the 724, we have 7 hundreds. So what is greater, 4 hundreds, 2 hundreds, or 7 hundreds? Well, of course, 7 hundreds is greater. So 724 is the greatest number. Could you use symbols to write a number sentence? Give it a try and we'll be ready for math tomorrow. Here I have two three-digit numbers, 341, 329. But the number of hundreds is the same. They both have 3 hundreds. What would I do to compare these numbers? Well, of course, we would need to look at the next greatest value digit, which we know is the tens place. So let's take a look. 341 has 434 tens. And 329 has 32 tens. Which number is greater, 34 or 32? You're right, 4 tens is greater than 2 tens, so we know 341 is greater than 329.